This is a tutorial on using the Python UI Flet to make a dial chart or a gauge like this. This tutorial uses Plotly and it's using Kaleido to convert the Plotly chart into an SVG, which is then displayed inside of Flet. It is somewhat interactive, but there is a delay because it has to convert the SVG file. And it's not that great for highly interactive, but I think if you want to produce a report for your boss and or your business managers, it's okay. Let's create a new project. UV init. I'll use Python 3.13 and I'll call it Flet Chart Dial Tutorial. Switch directories into the new project I just created, and we'll add we'll go Flet all. I'll have Flet Charts, maybe Plotly Express. We'll see whether it runs with just these. Okay, let's split it up one step at a time. I'm going to first add Flet, import Flet as FT, and my linter here is not finding it. Going into lower right-hand area, I'm going to make sure I have the virtual environment selected. And then at this stage, we can start adding some Flet ft.run main, and we pass main a variable page, which is of type ft.page, which is from Flet. And we can now add stuff, page.add ft.text. Maybe we'll call it webinar attendees. Just to get started here, I'll do control backtick on my keyboard. I have the Flet virtual environment has been activated. So if I do Flet run main.py, and we have it with the piece of text right there. Okay, let's now import Plotly. Import Plotly.graph objects as geo for graph objects. I'll import Flet Charts. Oops. I think I just need only the Plotly chart from Flet Charts. Flet Charts. So from Flet Charts, let's import the Plotly chart. And we'll have some. So the goal of it's like a fake marketing campaign, will be 300 webinar registrations. And we'll set the current registrations to 120. And then in production, you would be pulling this from a database. But for simplicity, we won't cover that in this tutorial. The gauge is the dial, and we'll have it accept an integer value for the chart to display, and it will return a graph object figure. we'll just have it return so this geo again is right up there. And to create the figure, we'll use a graph object indicator. We'll set the mode, page plus number, the value equals the value that it receives. Y will also be 0, 1. We'll make the title will be register webinar registrations. We'll make the gauge axis will be in the range of 0, the starting point, and the end point will be the goal, which is 300, which we defined up there as a constant. And of course, you could hard code it in, and we will kick it off by setting the fig or the figure, and we'll run the new function that we just created, and we will pass it the registrations, which we defined right there. And now we have it, so we can do chart equals plotly chart. We imported it right there. And the plotly chart has a figure, which we just defined with fig. And instead of this piece of text here, we can add the chart. And it's saying I need to install Kaleido, which I will. Try it again. And we have our dial chart. Beautiful. Okay, we could be done, but we're going to continue on. In marketing, you often have a goal, and we need to get to the goal. So this is maybe need text for how many we need to reach our goal. We'll have it ft dot text, and we'll use the f string, which say need. So need to reach the goal, and the goal is, we defined it. It's 300 minus the registrations, which currently is 120. And we will have a size here, 30. Okay, so we're added our chart. Under the chart, I'm going to add a container. The container, and in the container, I'll have a row, ft.row, and in this row we'll have some controls. The controls is in a list, and we'll have ft.text, we will first specify the goal, and we'll have it be the constant goal of size 30. And we'll have the need text, which we created right there, which is a piece of text. And we'll have the alignment, the FD dot main axis alignment dot center. And it's coming up, but because the chart is so high, it was kind of off the screen. I'm going to cut down the size of the chart. FD dot row controls. And I'll drop in the chart there, but I'll have a FD dot container. I'll have expand equals 1. I'll wrap the chart in a container. I'll have expand equals 3, so that it's broken up into 4 segments on the row, and the see. Okay, so this is broken up to 4 segments on the row, and the chart is taking three pieces of that segment. And the reason that I broke it up is I want to drop in a button here so that we can simulate adding a new attendee into the database. Maybe the person signed up online. FT.button. Content equals FT.text. We will add the attendee. Generally, this would probably come in from an online registration, and it's not supposed to be in real time. Okay, create a method function. On click here will be add attendee. We'll just check out the layout here. Looking good. Okay, I've already have the registrations here. So I'm gonna do a bit of a kind of a hack where when you use that same registrations, I do need to update it. And I would also want to update the chart, although because it has to do with conversion, it's a bit of a delay. But for reports, probably okay. Maybe not so okay for interactive charts. We'll also update the text on the screen itself. We'll use a F string. We have our constant in Python. The algorithm or business logic here is quite simple. It's simply goal minus registrations. And we will update the flat page. And we have the page because this entire thing is within the main function. As I mentioned, there's a bit of a delay. So if I press it once, it has to re-render the graphic again, but it does go up. You can see that it's 122. It did move a bit. So for testing purposes, it's usable. It's only for reports. So I just pressed it 5 times, and you can see the chart did go up a bit, and this is also going down. We'll be building out the application in this 100% free course, Industry Projects with Python. You'll have the code, a bunch of slides there, and more great information. Join us at industry-python.thinkific.com.